What you have to understand is that ICBC's decision as to who's at fault for an accident is their opinion. And quite frankly, sometimes their opinion is supported by the facts surrounding your accident, and sometimes it isn't. So what I try to do when I'm giving someone advice as to whether or not they're at fault for an accident is look at a series of factors. The first thing that I examine is what the various people involved in the accident have to say about what occurred. Which of these versions makes more sense in my mind? The second thing that I look at is the layout of the roadway where the accident took place. Which version of how this accident took place I'm given makes more sense given the layout of the roadway. The third thing that I look at when I'm talking about determining who's at fault for an accident is the damage to vehicles. Looking at these cars that were involved in this crash, how does the damage line up with the way the road is set up and what people have to say? A fourth factor that I examine when I'm talking about who's at fault for an accident is what various witnesses have to say. People who saw the accident, what do they have to say, and how does it line up with what the participants in the accident have to say, the layout of the roadway, and the damage to the vehicles? The fifth and final factor that I examine when I'm trying to give someone advice as to who's at fault for an accident is the police documentation, the police report. What do the police have to say about how this accident occurred? So, when you're trying to determine who's at fault for an accident, I think it's safe to say that you need to come at it from my 5-point approach.